Okay, you're sending an email update to your close teammates. You might try opening with, "Hey team," an emoji, and if you're me, maybe throw in a corny dad joke to try to keep them engaged. Now, that same email might not land so well with, say, your CEO or new client. Kind of makes you cringe, right? Now, obviously, messages need to be tailored to the person receiving them. Your CEO might just need a quick bullet point summary, but your client, on the other hand, might need more reassurance and detailed solutions. Without help from AI, crafting several versions of the same message could take hours. Not everyone is a professional writer, and it can be challenging to adjust your writing style to different audiences. It's also pretty common to get lost in endless rewrites. All this, and you still need to make sure your core message comes through. Getting your communication just right is vital. And that's because you're doing more than just trying to share information, you're trying to achieve an objective. But if someone misunderstands your message or your tone, you could lose their trust, and that can lead to more questions, more meetings, and more reviews. Things can get pretty slow, inefficient, and draining real fast. But with Gemini, you have a writing partner that can help you produce multiple tailored email drafts in just seconds. In this course, you'll learn how to use AI to amplify the impact of your communication. We'll show you how you can combine your own voice and judgment with AI's power to help you generate, refine, and practice communication. Of course, the principles of effective communication are still timeless. Things like knowing your audience and delivering messaging effectively, they still matter. But now, we can use AI to deliver on those principles in a brand new way. Specifically, your role is to bring your strategic thinking and your emotional intelligence to the table. Here are 5 communication elements where your role is essential. The first is purpose and intent. This is all about defining the why, or what you want your message to do. For example, do you want to persuade, to inform, de-escalate, or inspire? The second element is understanding your audience. Only you understand the priorities of your leadership, your clients' needs, and your team's mindset. Without you, AI won't know the context and history of your relationship with your audience. Next is authenticity and voice. You want to make sure that any communication coming from you sounds authentically like you. You're the final editor that makes sure your message matches your personal or company brand and values. Then there's accountability. Keep in mind that you're responsible for the impact your words may have and any consequences they may bring, so be sure to read every word. Finally, there's strategic judgment. Use your experience and your wisdom to choose a type of communication that works best, like an email versus a phone call, or in some cases, no message at all. So what is AI's role in this partnership? Well, you can use AI as a thought partner while you build your communication strategy, and you can have it tackle time-consuming tasks. Let's look at a few areas where AI can help you reach your goals. First is brainstorming. You can describe a communication scenario, like how to position a new service for clients or how to share disappointing news. Then Gemini can provide you with options and thought starters as you evaluate how to approach the situation. Next is rapid drafting and variation. Sometimes the hardest thing is starting from a blank page. Within Gemini, Canvas can create multiple versions of communication like business emails, one-page documents, and key talking points in seconds. And it can tailor all of them to different audiences. Now you have something to work from. The third area is refinement and polish. Gemini can help you improve your message. It can instantly rephrase something to make it more clear. It can also adjust your tone of voice from formal to casual. And it can provide feedback on your work as you iterate. The last area is practice and simulation. You can rehearse a sales meeting or difficult conversation using Gemini Live. And this can help you build confidence before the actual conversation happens. Now, you'll notice that I didn't list Ghostwriter under AI's responsibilities. And that's because if you completely rely on AI, it might result in communication that's missing important context or just doesn't feel authentic. Remember, you and your voice are essential to the equation. Instead, you can use AI to speed up the editing process to help bring your voice to life. It can help give your wild ideas structure or help you get past that dreaded blank page. You might spend less time struggling with how to say something and more time improving what you want to say. When you use AI in the right way, you can get closer to the action or reaction you want to achieve with your communication. You'll find that your emails actually get read and people will follow through, or your communication is clearer, reducing back and forth and getting to quicker decisions. And maybe your perspective is better understood by your teammates or clients, and as a result, you'll be more effective in informing or even changing their opinions. So let's get rid of those long, confusing email threads and start communicating more clearly. I think one of the most underrated AI features is the ability of large language models like Gemini to really translate across different languages. So my parents primarily speak Korean, I mostly speak English, and I use translation tools like Google Translate all the time, super useful. But LLMs can, in some cases, do a much better job conveying the tone and the spirit of what the person was trying to say and express it in the language that they can understand.
I think the most important distinction between when to use Gemini app and when to use Canvas mode is when you want to collaborate with the model to create something that maybe you then want to export out. Oftentimes in a chat thread, it's hard to pinpoint, like, I want to change the specific line of the response, or I want to add something here after this paragraph. That can be hard to call out in a chat thread. But in Canvas, you can just highlight certain portions of the text and have a conversation with Gemini about that. And then maybe this is like writing an email, edit all of it together, and then export it out one time.
Hi, I'm Clara. I work in product marketing on the Gemini app at Google. Now, when I'm having high stakes conversations like sales pitches, presentations, or difficult one on ones, it's crucial that I'm able to perform my best, really deliver the points that I need to make, and be persuasive. In this video, we're going to use Gemini Live to simulate a challenging conversation and get feedback on how we did. Now, to access Gemini Live, you'll need to download the Gemini mobile app on your phone. When we use Gemini Live, we're not prompting, we're having a natural, free-flowing conversation. Let's say I wanted to practice a sales pitch with a potential customer. I'll show you what that looks like. To start, click into Live. Hey Gemini, I need to make an important sales call. Let's role play.
That's a great idea. What kind of product are you selling?
So I'm a salesperson for a logistics company called Cardboard Caravan. My goal is to book a meeting with the logistics manager at Terry's Trousers, who recently submitted an inquiry on our website. I call and you answer the phone.
Got it. I'm ready to play the logistics manager at Terry's Trousers. Let's do this. Thank you for calling Terry's Trousers. How may I direct your call?
Hi, this is Clara from Cardboard Caravan. I'm calling to follow up on an inquiry you submitted on our website. Could you tell me a little bit about what you're hoping to achieve with a new logistics partner?
Absolutely, Clara. We're looking for a logistics partner who can help us streamline our shipping process and reduce costs. We've been experiencing some delays and inefficiencies lately, and we need a reliable solution to ensure our trousers get to our customers on time.
I totally understand. We've helped other companies in your position. Would you be open to a brief follow-up meeting to talk about how we could help you specifically?
I'm sure that could be arranged. What times are you available for a meeting?
How about next week? I can follow up via email and send you a case study.
Sure, next week works. Please send the case study.
Now that we've finished our live conversation, we can ask Gemini for feedback. We'll ask Gemini to provide feedback on my approach, include strengths, weaknesses, and suggestions for improvement. Wow. There's some great feedback in here that I can definitely use to practice. I also use this feature to talk through ideas and then turn those into actionable project proposals. Say I have an out-of-the-box concept for a new product launch. I'll ask Gemini Live to help me flesh out the concept and then synthesize our conversation into an action plan that I can share with my leadership and with clearly outlined next steps. It's a great way to go from idea to execution. So the next time you want another perspective or help with ideation, try going live with Gemini.